this edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Welcome back to Middlebury as we get you ready for Culver Academy in Northridge in our season opener on 46. Time now to look at our keys to win, brought to you by the Jordan Automotive Group. The Culver Academy Eagles are led by Cooper Farrell. The 6'6 senior has committed to play D2 ball at Bentley College. He is averaging 25 points and 11 rebounds a game, and a year ago was named an Indiana Junior All-Star, but he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got a sharp shooting guard by the name of Thomas Collins. The 6'2 senior has been deadly from three-point range, connecting on 6 of 9 so far this season and averages 14.5 points per game. The keys to win for the veteran Mark Galloway and the Eagles.
The keys to win tonight for the Eagles, they need to close out in the shooters. There'll be a lot of threes shot tonight by Northridge. They need to get out and close out. Take care of the basketball. I think that's one of the biggest things is don't cause turnovers. And the Sherwin-Williams offense get paint touches. They want to get it in the paint early and often and just pound it because they believe they have a huge size advantage in this game. Mark Galloway had a chance to talk with Chuck.
Well, I mean, every season is different and every team's different, so we're pretty unsure right now, but it's fun to come over here and play in this kind of atmosphere and get to take on a challenge like this game's going to be tonight.
This is a young Northridge team, as we mentioned in the open, and one of their leaders is Mason Bales. The 6'2 sophomore leads the rebounding brigade with 7 per game. He's also getting 10.5 points per game. Good three-point shooter, and he's a fine defender, too. He leads the team with 5 steals. He'll get help on the inside from 6'8 senior Alex Ellenson. This is only Ellenson's second year of high school ball and his first on the varsity, but he is making a difference, leading this team in scoring with 13.5 points a game and getting 5.5 rebounds per game. The keys to win for Scott Radiker and the Raiders.
The keys to win tonight for the Raiders. First thing and most important, let's get physical. Coach Radiker believes his teams need to be physical year in and year out and get on the glass. They need to get up there and get the offensive and defensive rebounds, and they need to follow Farrell. They need to be in him at all times and contain Williams. He can't go off as well. Scott Radiker in his 22nd season overall.
Well, you know, our kids are getting a little bit better every game. We're playing together really well. Really excited about how well we're sharing the ball right now. We're not shooting it the way I expected us to, but I think we'll get there at some point. But and defensively, we're getting a little bit better each week. So just a fun group to coach, and you know, we're going to be challenged tonight. It's going to be a great challenge for us. Probably our biggest one of the year to this point.
Great to be back in the gym. The students are here. The band is playing. We're ready to rock. St. Joe County Police Department pregame show is over. The tip-off is next on 46.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA. You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
This is where you get every farm fresh ingredient in your favorite recipes. Where people are dedicated to making a difference. Where so many in our community first learn the value of a hard day's work. And where that first job can be the foundation to a successful career. This is where community happens, and we're proud to be a part of your neighborhood. This is your Martins. Count on us.
I'm Scott with Bill's Heating in Goshen. Pure, clean air in your home has never been more important. That's why we specialize in the latest clean air products like air scrubbers by Aris. We have units for your whole house, dorm rooms, and even mobile units for your car. Air scrubbers will sanitize surfaces and neutralize 99% of allergens, odors, and germs, even COVID-19. It's a great way to protect the health of your family, so make your appointment today. Call Bill's Heating at 533-2079.
Just graduating high school and now wondering what's next? Ready to start making a difference? Now is your chance. The St. Joe County Police Department Correctional Officer's starting pay is $39,000. Working in the jail can teach you life skills that you can use as a correctional or police officer. Benefits include vacation, medical, dental, and vision. For more information, call Sergeant Cynthia Guest at 574-245-6263 or apply at sjcpd.org.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana is an Amish family-owned business that was started in 1989 by the Leroy Weaver family. The barns that once housed Holsteins are now quaint showrooms filled with heirloom hardwood furniture from the heart of Amish furniture country in Shipshewana. Weaver Furniture Sales offers a complete line of upholstered and solid wood handcrafted furniture, framed art, and accessories for your home. The principles that guide the Weaver's decisions include hard work, integrity, and honesty. Make the trip to Shipshewana to visit a quaint place in the country to relax and shop. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Britt, we gotta go.
Oh, well, see ya.
Hurry up. You've got 5 minutes. We're gonna be late. Hey, baby girl.
You're good at making big announcements.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Britt, we gotta go.
Oh, well, see ya.
Hurry up. You've got 5 minutes. We're gonna be late. Hey, baby girl.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to the Madhouse in Middlebury, home of the Northridge Raiders. A warm welcome is extended to tonight's guest, the Eagles from Culver Military Academy. Tip-off is just minutes away. The privilege of this game is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms that we all enjoy today. So let's now show honor to those great men and women and respect for our country by rising to attention. Gentlemen, please give your caps as we proudly present our national anthem, performed tonight by the Northridge Met Band.
And this edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you by Terra Credit Union. Excellence, integrity, and invested. They're announcing the starting lineup, so will we. Here's Bo Hunt.
Culver Academy Eagles starting lineup tonight. You're going to see a lot of seniors in this lineup. Luke Vincent, senior forward. Thomas Collins, see a lot of him tonight, senior guard. Cooper Farrell, one of the state's best, senior forward. Fola Fayame, a senior forward, and Claude Impuma, another forward, but he's just a freshman, a 6'7" freshman. We're going to see a lot out of him tonight as well.
And now the crowd getting ready for the Northridge starting lineup.
When you look at Northridge, we talked about it earlier, a lot of younger kids on this team, a lot in the starting lineup as well. The Raiders starting Cam Radiker, guard sophomore. Nolan Bales, a senior guard. Mason Bales, another sophomore. The sophomore class is really good for these Raiders. Noah Zamuda, freshman or a forward senior, and Alex Ellenson, the senior forward, big guy on the inside for the Raiders.
Good crowd on hand here in Middlebury, as there usually is. The series history, well, there really isn't one between these two teams. You may recall they were supposed to meet in the 2020 regional, And then 2 days before the regional, the IHSA canceled the rest of the tournament because of the start of the COVID pandemic. The officials for tonight's game, it's a veteran crew. Dennis Groening is the man in the middle. To his left, to your right, that's Nicholas Martin. And Savon Williams is the third man on the crew. And of course, the Indiana High School Athletic Association looking for officials in every sport, but especially in basketball. So many games and so few officials available. They could really use more help. I know a lot of you officiate from the stands anyway. You might as well get paid for it.
Well, that's exactly true. And there's a lot of opportunities to work throughout the week and throughout the night. And you can usually make your own schedule and schedule the games that you want.
So you see the rest of the Raiders getting introduced. Culver Academy coming in with a record of 2-0. They beat Indianapolis Homeschool in their opener 74-55. And then Tuesday night they went to Lalomere. They didn't play the big team that you see playing all over the nation. They played what's called Lalomere Blue, which is still a pretty good team. And they beat them 45-39. Meanwhile, for Northridge, Scott Radiker's team opened with a win over Elkhart in that traditional pre-Thanksgiving game. And then Saturday night, they escaped from Westview with a 66-64 win. Scott said, I don't care what condition Westview or Northridge is in, whenever those two teams play, it's a battle. And it was that way in Topeka on Saturday night.
Yeah, it definitely is. Every time those two teams play, and you know Westview's going to come after you every single time they play. It's just the way they're born and raised over there. And here's a check on the uniforms tonight, brought to you by St. Andrews Products. Northridge Raiders, they're wearing the white jerseys and shorts with the green numbers and yellow trims. And the Culver Academy Eagles wearing the maroon jerseys, maroon shorts, white numbers, and white trim. Chuck.
And Culver Academy won the opening tip. That's Thomas Collins with the ball. Cooper Farrell gets it over to Folafayemi. Everybody getting a touch early on. Luke Vincent on the outside, a 6'1" senior. Good man-to-man defense so far by Northridge. Farrell on the inside, couldn't find any room. Collins spins. And good defense by Northridge, tipped it off of Farrell, and the Raiders forced the first turnover of the night.
Yeah, just a great job of getting the passing lane, getting the hands up, knocking that ball, and getting the deflection off the offensive player.
You see Scott Radiker, 22nd season as a head coach, his 5th here at Northridge, where he is 73-30 with the Raiders. Alex Ellenson with the ball. Nolan Bales, easy to spot with that coif of red hair. Noah Zamuda. That's Mason Bales, had it knocked away from him from Folafayemi. Down low to Ellenson. He's a big man in strong for two. So Alex Ellenson gets the first bucket of the game for the Raiders, and they take the early lead.
Ellenson really able to really go strong up to the bucket there and really use his advantage in the height.
Farrell off the glass for two, so Cooper Farrell gets his first bucket of the game. And the teams trade salvos. Man-to-man defense being employed here by Culver Academy. Zamuda, goalie on the soccer team, outside Cam Radiker rattles out the three, and the rebound to Claude and Puma. Culver Academy, very good rebounding team. You can understand why with the kind of size they have. Thomas Collins reigns home a three. He is now 7 of 10 on the season from three-point range, and the Academy back in front.
Culver Academy shooting 40% on the year on the three-point line, and I think that's one of the big advantages they could have tonight if they could shoot above that 40 percentile.
They get a steal on a cross-court pass, but Collins got caught in no man's land. There for cleanup duty is Farrell, and that's one of the things that he does so well. So Culver Academy off to a quick 7-2 lead. Three in the corner, Mason Bales ring it up. The three-pointer, by the way, for Culver Academy was brought to you by Tetchmeyer Ace Hardware. And our first quarter tonight being brought to us by Rulies of Middlebury.
Rulies of Middlebury, proud supporter of Northridge Athletics. They fed our crew tonight. They are a great family dining Italian-American restaurant offering full menu including pastas, entrees, and pizzas. Visit them at Ruli'sPizza.com or visit them across from the Middlebury High School.
The freshman in Puma got caught standing in the lane. The 3-second violation turns it over to Northridge with a chance to tie or take the lead. Good pace to this one early on. Ellenson not afraid to play outside. Northridge kind of going with a 4-1 shell attack, but Zamuda couldn't get open underneath. Nolan Bales, the older of the two brothers. You'll meet him at halftime, one of our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. Switching man-to-man being used here by the Academy. Zamuda resets things. Ellenson unable to get open underneath against the freshman in Puma. Zamuda dribble drive to the baseline. They have to kick it back out. Really nice defensive set.
Yeah, I think those last 2 threes that Northridge got off, they got off pretty easy. And I think Coach Galloway talked to them about getting in their face and getting out, stretching that floor out just a little bit more.
The freshman in Puma called for the foul. You get another look on the Southwind floor in replay. Just bodying up Ellenson a little too much. He's a young man from Cameroon by way of Merrillville. And only 14 years old, a bit of a raw talent. Northridge will go to the bench. Gideon Campbell, a 5'10 sophomore, checks in. Inbounds pass. Ellenson had to hurry to track it down. Actually, Wyatt Zepp has checked in to take the place of Ellenson. Now 3 on the way. Zamuda is off the mark. And CMA gets the rebound with Collins. He'll go all the way in, but miss. And here comes Northridge the other way. Midway through the first quarter here, 7-5 Culver. Zepp now finds Nolan Bales. He has been well shadowed by Collins most of the night. Farrell trying to body up Cam Radiker a little bit. Ball went inside. Bales was able to save it. Both teams looking for paint touches, and there haven't been a whole lot.
Yeah, the thing is, both teams are really taking care of the ball well. They're really looking for that shot, really looking to get it in the paint unless they get an open 3 like that from Bales.
So Nolan Bales rings it up from 3-point range. Both the Bales brothers have hit threes. And Northridge back on top thanks to a 6-0 run. Farrell in the lane gets 2. Some of the fans wanted a travel call, but Cooper Farrell now with 6 points in this one.
Nah, that just shows his body control, right? Great step in and under and taking it to the hoop. Strong body. You can tell he's been in the weight room as well.
Oh, he's been in the weight room. Papa Greg made sure of that. Greg, a former linebacker at Indiana University, at one time in college was benching 435. I asked Cooper what he's benching. He said not 435, but he does pretty well on the bench press at 245. Inside Zepp battling for position. Difficult shot, but he had it to go. Wyatt Zepp, a 6'7 junior, has shown some improved footwork this year. And you saw a little bit of it right there.
Yeah, that's just a great job of Zepp coming in, filling in for Ellison while he's getting a break. And Zepp with a nice move to the bucket.
Collins guarded by Bales. Miami. Now Farrell up top. He likes to drive it. He's strong. He traveled. Third turnover for CMA. And that's one thing Mark Galloway talked to his team about in practice Wednesday. They have not been treasuring the basketball enough.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that when you, early in the season, you see that a lot in November and December when they're just first starting out their season, trying to get their legs under them, trying to figure out their teams and live situation against other teams.
Northridge leads at 10-9. That's Gideon Campbell for 3. Off the mark. And a good box out by the Academy gets Luke Vincent the rebound. Here's Farrell inside, and he'll draw the contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Tetchmeyer Ace Hardware is proud to support Culver Academy's basketball team. Tetchmeyer Ace Hardware provides the highest quality brands, including Steel, Benmore Paint, Milwaukee, Weber, Traeger, and more. Come by the store in Culver at 18619 Indiana State Road 10 or order online. We have free delivery.
Farrell, 75% free throw shooter on the year, and this is the first. And the Academy will put Puma back in the game to take the place of Luke Vincent. As you get another look from Southwind Flooring at the contact on the drive.
And Puma, a 6'7" freshman, you can tell he's got some growing to do in that body as well. Like you said, just a 14-year-old.
Farrell missed them both, but Puma hustles down the rebounds. And then the three on the way from Jack Christensen is good. It's sponsored by Tetchmeyer Ace Hardware. And Christensen rings it up from three-point range. That's his first basket of the year. Ellenson on the drive. The big man couldn't find the home, and Farrell gets the rebound. Culver Academy is killing it on the boards right now, up 6-1. Here's a little shot by Fiemme inside, no good, but the rebound back up and in. Fola Fiemme with his first basket of the game. And it's a 4-point Culver lead, final seconds of quarter number 1. See if Northridge will try to hold for one shot here. Through the hands of Ellenson. But it was deflected, and then the foul called on Puma, and that's his second.
One thing as a freshman that you have to really learn is your body control around the ball and not getting in foul trouble here, picking up 2 early fouls here in the first period.
And this one, the frustration for Mark Galloway here is you're 75 feet away from the basket. There's no harm being done back there. Cam Radiker back in the game, handles things at point for Northridge. Campbell guarded by Fiemme. Zamuda tried to throw the backdoor pass. It's intercepted. Here comes Farrell the other way for 3. It's offline, and the first quarter has come to an end at the Madhouse in Middlebury. 3-point shots are dropping for both teams early on, but it's Culver Academy that has the lead. The Eagles lead at 14-10 after 1 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. They sponsor our sideline report. Craig Heatherly, your thoughts on the first quarter?
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. This game is so close to becoming a track meet. You can tell both teams want to fly up and down the court. The biggest thing for Northridge right now is how do they limit these easy baskets for Farrell inside. They've got to bring some type of extra pressure to limit his opportunities inside. But as you mentioned, Bo, he's a strong player. He's tough down there.
Bo, I'm looking at the first quarter numbers, and mine are very unofficial, but Northridge, 4 of 7 from the field, including 2 of 3 from the three-point area. Culver Academy just flat out had more shots. They took 10, they hit 6, and the rebounding margin 7-1 right now in favor of the Eagles.
That's the biggest thing right there, is just the rebound margin. I think that's what's the big advantage of this game. It's only a 4-point game, but early on, the rebound advantage, and we've talked about that, is going to go to CMA.
Cam Radiker buries the three-pointer. Radiker now 5 of 13 on the season from three-point range. He's averaging 10.5 points a game, and an offensive foul called on Collins.
Yeah, Collins got his forearm up a little bit. Radiker was in his face guarding him, doing a great job of getting in his face, and just got a little bit too much forearm there.
Collins says he was moving. Well, he was moving a lot after he got hit with the forearm.
Middlebury Community Schools is hiring. Visit their website for more information about their current openings. Middlebury Community Schools, a top-achieving school district inspiring students to change the world.
Ellenson guarded now by Farrell. Goes right around him and goes in strong but missed the dunk. Here comes Collins the other way. Jack Rogers kicks it back out to Fiemme. Lob pass by Fiemme, and it's stolen away by Ellenson. Bucket in the bucket. A very sloppy pass by Culver Academy, and Northridge made him pay as Alex Ellenson goes in strong for the hoop and the heart.
There you can see the great replay by Southwind Flooring. Just a great job that time of really finishing at the hoop, not worrying about the dunk and just going in, knowing that he's going to get contact as he goes up as well.
Ellenson, though, misses the free throw. And once again, the rebound to Culver Academy. Ellenson only a 40% free throw shooter on the year.
Nice 5-0 run by Northridge here to start the second period.
It's been a game of runs so far, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Collins got a step on Radiker that time, but needs an open man and found him in Fiemme for two. What a pass by Collins to Folobomi Fiemme. And the Nigerian through Chicago now has four. Here's the other end. Three-pointer missed by Bales. Here's Collins. Finds Farrell outside. Miami set a little slip screen, takes the three, can't make the three, but there's Rogers inside, and he'll get the garbage bucket. Jack Rogers, who missed last year with a leg injury, the Culver native, gets his first basket of the game. And that rebounding advantage really stacking up right now for Culver. Ellenson found the back door open, but Zamuda dropped the ball. Second turnover on the Raiders. Collins with a nice stop and go move, charge.
Second foul on Collins here early in the second period. Great job of Radiker just stepping in front of that. Here you can see the Southwind Flooring stands there, takes the charge, gets his shoulder into it.
And decision time for Mark Galloway. He's going to take Collins out and put in the diminutive Wade Settlemeyer, the 5'8" sophomore, who was a teammate of Mason Bales at Lincoln Junior High in Plymouth. So very familiar with some of the people he'll be guarding. Nolan Bales spins. There's Mason. Cross-court pass, Zamuda got a step on the baseline. Nolan Bales, wing jumper won't go, and Fiemme with the rebound. It is one and done on the offensive glass for Northridge tonight.
Yes. Culver Academy's just done a great job of really bodying guys up and not letting Northridge get any second chance buckets.
Scott Radiker was worried about the physicality that he would have to match tonight. They have not been able to do it on the glass. They've done a pretty good job of it on the defensive end in the half court. Fiemme lobbed it down low. Farrell made a nice grab, and a foul is called on Northridge.
That's really the first touch that Farrell's really had here in the second period. They've done a great job of really defending here.
You get another look from Southwood Flooring as Culver Academy takes a timeout. We will too. It's sponsored by Tetchmeyer Ace Hardware. 4:43 to go first half. Eagles by 3 on 46. This edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team, help protect and serve our community.
Civvies is a woman-owned boutique featuring hand-fit clothing and accessories. Civvies has been located in Culver, Indiana for 11 years, right on Main Street. Come to town to enjoy the lake and visit our store or shop with us online at shopcivvies.com. Civvies is proud to support Culver Academy Athletics.
My bad. You look at Mark Galloway. 6 sectionals he's won at the Culver Academy. The Eagles had never won one in their previous 108 years of basketball before he got there in 2011. Of course, now I don't know if he's known better as Mark Galloway, Culver basketball coach, or Mark Galloway, parent of Trey Galloway.
Parent, yeah.
As Cooper Farrell scores on the inside, he now leads all scorers with 8. Trey played dynamite the other night against North Carolina, 11 points off the bench for IU in that win.
What a game that was. I'll tell you right now, I'm sure, and Mark's really proud of that, but he's proud of this team as well and what he's built here at Culver Academy, and we see it year in and year out, just the drive that they have, the discipline they have. It's been a while since, and we talked about this earlier, since Culver's been as good as they have in the past 8 years, you know, since he's been there.
Allen has had a couple of good years right before Mark got there, but they have not had this kind of prolonged success in the history of the program. That was an offensive foul on Cam Radiker, his first. The Academy trying to build on a 5-point lead. Good ball movement there. Jack Rogers spinning on the baseline and hitting. Rogers with 4 points off the bench tonight, and that's Culver's biggest lead at 22-15. This will be a blocking foul against Wade Settlemeyer.
That's one of the things that we talked about pregame, is what Coach Galloway didn't have and Farrell didn't have last year, was some guys that can come in and get some points off the bench. And Rogers with 4 huge points, 2 big buckets here in the first half.
So Cam Radiker going to the line. They're going to say that was an active shooting foul. He is a 43% free throw shooter on the year, but hits the first and has 4 points tonight. Alex Ellenson checking back in. He'll take the place of Wyatt Zepp. Have to be honest on that drive, and you can tell Radiker, he's not a big guy at 5'10", but he saw Settlemeyer 5'8", said, I'm going to go low post.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Noah Zamuda with a rare rebound there for Northridge off the miss. And that extends the possession. Zamuda in the back door. Couldn't get it to go, and here comes Farrell on the rebound. All the way for the bucket, but he's called for the offensive foul.
I'm going to say great job by Cam moving his feet to get into position for that, but he moved right into it, and I believe he's the one that instigated the contact. But hey, that's what you're taught. Great job of getting there.
He's taking more charges than Coles tonight. 6-point Raider deficit. Here's Gideon Campbell. Now Noah Zamuda. Nice shake and bake by Bales. He goes in and is blocked, but the foul called against Culver Academy, and Mark Galloway in fits down there on the Culver bench as you get another look from Southwind Flooring. The foul called on Jack Rogers.
Yeah, Rogers picking up his second foul as well. Collins, Rogers, and Puma each with 2 fouls here in the first half.
Nolan Bales, the best foul shooter on this Northridge team at 83%. Yep, it's still working.
Every time, works like a charm.
And actually, this is a Northridge team, 62%. Not great, but they are 1 for 4 at the stripe tonight. They've had chances to get back into this game and not helping themselves, although they do there.
Yeah,
Bales now with 4.
One thing that we've talked about in high school basketball over the last 5 to 10 years is the lost art at the free throw line. Just the low percentages that we've seen year in and year out.
And if you look at the teams like the Penns and the Marions and Northwoods, they're the ones who shoot free throws well, and it shows up in the final box score.
Yeah, you got to get to that 70 percentile or above.
And that has to be a concern of any Culver fan watching this game. This is only a team that shoots 53% from the line. Rogers inside. He's having a night. Jack Rogers now with 6. And all of a sudden, Culver Academy has opened up a 7-point lead. Ellenson from the foul line with Pure.
Imaginary Finishing Technologies brand is globally known as the knowledge source for metal finishes. Like the teams in this game, Imaginary is always working toward a great finish. IFT is proud to support all student athletes.
Now we've got a foul called on Northridge.
I think they called over and back. He thought it was, but they had a tip.
Yep. You saw the tip there from Southwind Flooring. Bales was still diving after the ball. Mark Galloway shouting out instructions to his ball club with 2:08 to go here first half. Settlemeyer gets it to Fiemme. Now Farrell for three. Ring it up. It is sponsored by Tenchmeyer Ace Hardware. And Cooper Farrell now leads all scorers with 11. Northridge nearly turning it over. Terrific defense in this first half by Culver Academy. Mason Bales not able to hit on the three, and the smallest guy on the floor gets the rebound.
Yeah, you can just see right there after that shot, I looked at the paint, and there was not one Northridge player in the paint because Culver Academy had everybody boxed out and was not letting them get in there for a second chance.
Patient aggression is what Mark Galloway wanted on offense. For the most part, they've executed that tonight. Fiemme kicks it back outside. Settlemeyer, the sophomore. Now Rogers directing traffic. There's Farrell for three. That's a little bit short. Good box out that time by Northridge. We've got a whistle and a foul called. I think this one might be on Fiemme.
Yeah, it looked like he might have reached in. Yep, called on Fiemme, his first on the night. Hey, wouldn't it be great to work for a company where their employees are the most valuable asset? Well, now's your chance because Reshcore is hiring. They have production positions available in a team-driven environment with excellent benefits that include medical, dental, and a 401k. To learn more about joining the Reshcore family and a $1,000 sign-on bonus, visit reshcore.com. That's RESCHCOR.com.
Nolan Bales at the line, hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Bales transferred here from Plymouth when his father, Ryan, went from coaching to being the athletic director here. You'll meet him at halftime. And he hits them both. 6 for Bales to lead the Raiders. And that's what they trail by. Farrell needs a little help. And it's thrown away. Nice save by Bales to Ellenson. In strong with the left. Culver Academy, their downfall in this half has been 8 turnovers. Farrell can't get that one to drop either. And Northridge starting to seize some momentum.
Well, you talked about those runs happening by each team tonight. Here's that run by Northridge. They just need to hit another 3 right here, bring this game right back to a 1-point game.
See if Scott Radiker's team holds for one shot here. No, they will not. Mason Bales going in strong to the hoop. The Academy with Luke Vincent, 4-3, short. Rebound Bales. They might have time for one more shot for 3. It's way offline. And the first half has come to an end here in Middlebury with Northridge trailing Culver Academy 27-25. We go courtside. Craig Heatherly's got Mark Galloway.
Good to go. Coach, you guys are controlling the boards and you're scoring it well inside. What's your message to the team at halftime?
Well, your message is more favorable than mine right now. We're not. I mean, we're taking erratic, tough shots right there to end the half that gave them momentum, and now they're right back in it. Yeah, we built it to like 7 maybe. Should have got it to 10. You know, toughness has to get it to 10 on the road. We didn't show enough poise and enough toughness to get that thing to 10.
Awesome. Good luck, Coach.
All right, thank you very much, Craig. Stick around at halftime. You'll meet this young man, Cooper Farrell, along with Nolan Bales, our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. Come your way next to Dandy in Middlebury, Culver Academy by 2. Halftime in Middlebury, Culver Academy, ranked number 9 in Class 3A, leads Northridge 27-25. Welcome everybody inside the Martin Supermarket broadcast booth here at the half. Chuck Freeby along with Bo Hunt. Impressive first half, I think, for early in the season. Terrific defensive efforts by both teams.
Yeah, I think both teams have played very well defensively, and I think they've both controlled the ball very well, moved it, looking for the good shot. They both look very patient out there and look well in sync.
Until, as Mark Galloway told us, the end of the first half. Let's show you how it got to be this way. Here inside those Raider Gym in Middlebury, Northridge got off to the hot start, but then Tom Collins hit the 3 right here to get Culver Academy going. They went on a 7-2 run. Mason Bales would follow with a 3, so too would his brother Nolan. Northridge would actually grab a lead, but the glass was very good to Culver Academy. Full of Miami with the bucket there. Turnovers hurt the Eagles. Northridge made them pay. Alex Ellenson, the bucket of the bump right there. Late in the half, Jack Rogers was kind of an unsung hero for Culver Academy. He came off the bench with 6. Ellenson led Northridge with 8. But Cooper Farrell led all scorers. He had 11. And at the break, despite this effort by Nolan Bales, Culver Academy leads at 27-25. And a look at the first half stats will tell you that Culver Academy has shot it very well, 57%, 3 out of 6 from three-point range. The big stat you would see on the graphic would be rebounds. They have out-rebounded Northridge 13-4, but the problem is, Bo, they have 8 turnovers compared to the 3 by the Raiders.
Yeah, I think those things are going to offset everything. You know, you look at the rebounds and the turnovers, they both going to offset each of those. The biggest thing with Northridge, only 4 of 7 for the free throw line. I think that's one of the things that really concerned us, you know, early on. They started making them a little bit down the stretch, and that's what was able to bring them back right before the half.
So either Culver Academy winds up with a big road win, or Northridge knocks off a top 10 team. What's going to happen? We'll find out. Second half play-by-play from Middlebury comes your way next on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life. A way of life for us this season. A Craig Heatherly sideline report. What Scott Radiker have to say at the half?
Yeah, Coach really likes where his team's at, especially finishing off that half, that 6-0 run. Obviously, they need to be a little bit more physical inside, rebound better, but he wants his guys to get out and run. He wants to get points early in possessions, and he just likes how they're moving the ball, how bodies are moving. He's pleased with his team.
Defensively, Northridge has Culver Academy right about where it wants it, because if you look at the history of this team under Scott Radiker, Northridge is 55-4 when the Raiders hold opponents to 55 or less.
That's a huge, huge point to make right there. 55-4 when they hold opponents under 55. Very defensive-minded coach, really wants to get up in your face, be very physical. And when you look at that record, that's amazing that you're 55-5 by holding them under 55 points.
Third quarter tonight brought to us by Rulies of Middlebury, who fed the crew tonight. Thank you, Rulies. The bell has rung. Third quarter underway. Thomas Collins brings it over. The Bloomfield Hills, Michigan native gives it off to Cooper Farrell. Collins, double team, finds Miami outside. There's Collins open for three and off the mark that time. And Puma battled for the rebound. It's a held ball, and on the alternating possession, it goes to Northridge.
Here to protect and serve our community, the St. Joe County Police Department is hiring immediately. Employment opportunities for high school graduates are available, and they offer a host of benefits and a true family environment on their team. Learn more at sjcindiana.com/employment.
Raiders with a chance to tie or take the lead. Cam Radiker. That's Noah Zamuda. And now Mason Bales. Solid man-to-man defense here by Culver Academy. Radiker on the drive, knocked out of bounds by Thomas Collins. We talked about paint touches early on. Really something both teams wanted to get. Boy, that lane has been a demilitarized zone. Radiker went inside, got it outside to Zamuda, and he couldn't hit the three. The rebound spins out of bounds to Culver Academy.
I think the biggest difference is for Northridge, the only guys that are able to really get the touches in the paint has been Zepp and Ellison, whereas Culver Academy's been able to get Rogers, Collins, Farrell, Fayeme. They're getting multiple guys in the paint and getting touches, getting baskets, whereas the size advantage is really taking advantage for them.
But even driving in there, like Collins is a guy that likes to drive it. He has not been able to drive through the paint as often as he would like, I'm sure. Miami down low. Now there's the size you're talking about right there.
Yeah, Miami was wide open on that. Got his body turned as well. You see the body position when he was catching that.
Cola Miami has been offered by Davenport. He averages 7.5 a game. Mason Bales at the other end for three. Bales averaging 10.5. He has 8 tonight. And the Raiders have clawed back to within 1. Miami, he wanted to pull the trigger on that one. Collins a little shake and bake. Finds Vincent on the wing, but he can't hit. Offensive rebound put back up and in by Thomas Collins. Another rebound putback for Culver Academy. They have been dynamite on the glass tonight. Something that Mark Galloway talked to his team about extensively at practice Wednesday. Bales misfires on that three, but Zamuda a hustle rebound.
That's what Northridge needs right there. Needs some guys attacking the rim on the shots, just like Zamuda did there.
Nolan Bales for three. It's short, and then Puma gets the rebound. Miami, strong young man. A little too strong. Put the shoulder right in to Mason Bales.
Fola picking up his second foul on the evening.
You get another look on the Civies replay.
Yeah, I mean, on that situation right there, I mean, as long as he doesn't put his forearm up and put it into his chest, he's not going to get called for a charge on that. But as soon as you put that forearm up and stick it right in his chest, they're going to call that. Also, 9 out of 10 times.
Also, the shoulder was down, and he didn't really look up too much on that. Northridge down by 3. They've done nothing but take threes here in the second half as that ball was deflected. Campbell calls out a play. Zamuda and then Puma called for another foul, his third.
Tonight's health tip is brought to you by HealthLink. Everyone knows you can't play or learn if you don't feel your best. If your child isn't feeling well, schedule a sick visit at HealthLink. HealthLink offers medical, dental, vision, and more, regardless of your ability to pay.
Don't be surprised if Northridge goes right back at Mpuma here and tries to draw a fourth foul. The battle ensuing, and Mpuma knocked that one out of bounds with that long reach.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to get the ball down to Ellison, down in the paint, and have him attack Mpuma.
Miami has really done a nice job of taking Mpuma under his wing this year. Senior trying to lead a freshman, keeping his spirits up when he makes mistakes. Here's Ellenson with the left hand. Bales for three. That's off the mark, and Miami tracks down the loose change. Farrell is fouled by Ellenson.
Rulli's of Middlebury is proud to support Northridge Athletics. Rulli's is a family dining Italian-American restaurant offering a full menu including pastas, entrees, and pizza. Visit them at rullispizza.com or in Middlebury across from the high school. And a big thank you to the Rulli's for feeding our TV crew. Go Northridge Raiders!
Miami on the outside with the ball. Farrell felt like he had good position down on the post, but they couldn't find him. Farrell now thought about the three and traveled.
In fact, right when he caught that, kind of slid both feet across. A lot of times they're not going to call that, but in that situation right in front of everybody.
You mentioned how early on Northridge was doing a pretty good defensive job on Farrell. Here's a guy that averages 25. He only has 11 so far tonight. But there's good defense by Mpuma. He's got a 2-on-1. He'll take it all the way and charge.
Third time Cam has taken the charge call tonight. Two other ones that he had a possibility of taking the charge card. He's not afraid to stick his nose in there. Very hard-nosed kid, very well coached, and goes in there. Coach's kid. Had the pleasure of coaching Cam a little bit in baseball. Very, very well-around athlete. Just goes out there and gives 110% every single time.
Meanwhile, Luke Vincent checks in for Claude Mpuma, who leaves with 4 fouls. That takes away some size on the inside. Let's see if Northridge starts to attack a little bit more into the paint. The Raiders still only down by 3 in this one, despite not having a field goal in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, neither team really putting up big numbers here in the third period.
For Culver Academy, it's still about the turnovers. They have 10 of them tonight. They are averaging 19 a game. Bales outside. Radiker for 3 in the tie, but he rushed it. The rebound, though, to Zamuda. Northridge just 1 of 5 in the third quarter from three-point range. And a throwaway by Zepp. He was looking for Campbell. Campbell zipped. Zepp zagged. 2:41 to go here in the third, and both teams going to the bench.
Dutchmeyer Ace Hardware is proud to support Culver Academy's basketball team. Dutchmeyer Ace Hardware provides the highest quality brands, including Stihl, Benmore Paint, Milwaukee, Weber, Traeger, and more. Come by the store in Culver, 18619 Indiana State Road 10, or order online. We have free delivery.
Farrell with the drive on Bales and just overpowered him. Just flat out overpowered him as he took him down to the basket. That's 13 now for Cooper Farrell.
Cooper with his first points here in the second half.
Ellenson, great drive. And the finish.
I like how he takes it to the hoop strong there. He knew what he was going to do. He took it strong to the hoop. That's just a big present that they can have inside.
And a timeout called by Mark Galloway. 2:01 to go in the third. It's sponsored by Dutchmeyer Ace Hardware. Culver Academy clinging to a 3-point lead, but Alex Ellenson will not be denied. This edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you in part by HealthLink, your community health center. Chuck Raby, Bo Hutt, Craig Heatherly back with you in the Madhouse in Middlebury. A reminder, we've got more high school basketball coming up for you on the midweek. We resume our Wednesday night prime time broadcast as we go over to Intera Gym to see Michael Wolford and the Goshen Redhawks take on Elkhart. Big county rivalry. We'll have it for you Wednesday night at 9, Thursday afternoon at 2.
Talked about the rebounding and the turnovers. I think one of the big things, too, is fouls. Right now, Culver Academy's got 12 fouls on the night versus Northridge has only have 4 on the whole night tonight.
Farrell trying to post up down low, but he was nearly triple teamed that time. Now he's got Bales outside, takes him into the paint, and Miami bailed him out. Now a 3 by Darius Holland is no good, but look at Farrell use the strength inside for 2.
He just split those 2 defenders and went up with that big body. He was able to rip that ball away from him and get a great putback.
Folks, I don't know if you can appreciate how strong that young man is watching on TV, but I stood next to him a couple of times this week. He's a beast. The layup missed by Zamuda, and here's Culver Academy with the ball in a 5-point lead. Farrell trying to shake loose from Bales. Now it's Holland. Miami with a shake and bake. Miami for 3. That's short, and the rebound comes to Ellenson. Northridge trying to be patient offensively. I know Scott Radiker wanted them to run, but the transition defense by Culver Academy tonight has been terrific. Nice spin move by Mason Bales for 2. He has 10. Here's the thing, you let Northridge hang around at home, you're inviting danger.
Yeah, I mean, it's never got within more than 5-6 points tonight, and every time it does, Northridge just makes that run and gets back right back into it.
And a foul call down low. I think this is going to be on Nolan Bales.
Middlebury Community Schools is hiring. Visit their website for more information about their current openings. Middlebury Community Schools is a top-achieving school district inspiring students to change the world.
Bales will check out, get a little extra 10.5 seconds on that quarter break. Holland up top. See the clock, right-hand corner of the Intera Credit Union scoreboard. And Holland travels, and Northridge will get the last shot of the quarter.
And just like that, Northridge has the ability to come down and tie it up again.
And all of a sudden, the break is over for Mr. Bales because he's one of the better three-point shooters on this team.
Bales, Radiker, all 3 of them proficient three-point shooters that aren't afraid to throw it up at any point.
Radiker in trouble, though, tried to buy the call, and that's terrible acting. So the third quarter comes to an end on an emotional night in Middlebury. They're trying to knock off the top 10 team here in the Madhouse, and Alex Ellenson and the Raiders are within 3 as we go to the 4th on 46. This edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you in part by TCU. Discover better banking at TCU. You won't find a better sideline report than the one Craig Heatherly gives us. Your analysis of this one through 3, my friend.
Yeah, you know, we've said it multiple times during the game. Northridge wants to get up and down and play and transition. But the thing about Culver Military Academy, all of their turnovers have been dead ball turnovers. All right? They've led to the ball going out of bounds, not allowing Northridge to get in transition. Now down the stretch here, pay attention to Farrell because Northridge is putting multiple bodies close to him when he gets the basketball. They're going to need more people to step up and score in order to extend this lead.
Thank you, Craig. Let's ask our TCU trivia question before the 4th quarter begins. We want to know which Northridge player has scored the most points under Scott Radiker. I can tell you this, I think I saw him in the gym tonight.
And I think, if I remember right, I'm trying to think back, didn't you interview two people at halftime tonight that have the same color as hair?
Yes, yes, I did. There's another clue if you've paid attention over the years. Fourth quarter being brought to you by Southwind Flooring. 3-point Culver Academy lead. Luke Vincent with the ball for the Eagles. Now Thomas Collins. Long three from the logo. Oh, he buries it. It's sponsored by Tetschmeyer Ace Hardware. Collins can hit it when he walks in the gym. He has 8.
That's a big 3-point shot right there by Collins to open this lead up to start the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter sponsored by the Southwind Flooring.
A little breathing room for the Eagles now. Ellenson down low, lays it in. He has 12. He's a problem for teams defensively.
Reminder that Culver Academy's three-pointers are brought to you by Techmeyer Ace Hardware.
Now the thing about Ellenson is really only his second year of organized ball. He's still working on his footwork, but I've seen tremendous job by him, both offensive and defensive footwork tonight.
I think the biggest thing is his confidence level, too. A lot of times you see a guy that doesn't have a lot of varsity experience, that confidence level isn't there. He's got a lot of confidence and plays with it as well.
Here's Collins for 3 again. Didn't set his feet that time, but Vincent with the rebound, and he's fouled on the way up.
Another big offensive board for Culver Academy tonight.
Luke Vincent is a native of Sugarloaf Key, Florida. He also likes to do rowing in his spare time, and he is 1 of 1 at the line this season. Only averages 1.5 points a game. 6'1" senior. And the right-hander drains the first. Both teams going to the bench. Wade Settlemeyer checking back in for Culver Academy. Zamuda, Campbell come back in for Northridge.
Civvies is a woman-owned boutique featuring hand-picked clothing and accessories. Civvies has been located in Culver, Indiana for 11 years, right on Main Street. Come to town to enjoy the lake and visit our store or shop with us online at shopcivvies.com. Civvies is proud to support Culver Academy Athletics.
Vincent with 2 big free throws there to get the Culver lead back up to 6. It has been a scrap and claw game here in Middlebury tonight. Northridge just not able to get any kind of penetration. Good perimeter coverage tonight by Culver Academy. Radiker. Now Nolan Bales. And you can hear the Culver bench applauding their teammates on the defensive effort here. Radiker got a step and Miami erased it. Here's Miami down the lane, missed the layup. I think he got caught between dunk and layup.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And he went up and looks like he lost control of that ball and never was able to regain control before the layup.
Meanwhile, Nolan Bales outside. Northridge has had several opportunities to tie or take the lead here in the second half. Not been able to convert them. Now they're down by 3 again after Nolan Bales hits. Timeout called. We'll take it as well. 5:10 to go in regulation. And Bales from the volleyball line makes it a 3-point game on 46. This edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you by the electrical workers of Local 153, making our communities brighter since 1914. So let's answer the TCU trivia question tonight. Which Northridge player has scored the most points under Scott Radiker? You probably saw him slapping 5s during the starting lineups tonight. Sammy Smith was in the house. 1,063 for the redhead, who never saw a shot he didn't like.
You can say that again.
but he hit so many of them, you can't blame him.
He was very, very confident with his shot, for sure, and he hit a lot of them. Came up crucial points and had some good moments on this Northridge team.
Farrell lost the handle, Bales to the bucket of the bump, and we're a free throw away from being tied. Another look courtesy of the city's replay. A sloppy turnover for the Academy, and then hacked in the act by Settlemire.
Be interesting if they get Puma back in the game with his 4 fouls. He's been sitting ever since he picked up those 4 fouls.
Jack Rogers, who had that very strong first half, checks in now.
6 huge points from Rogers in the first half, 3 big buckets inside, and a few offensive rebounds as well.
Bales trying to become the 3rd player with 12 points for Northridge tonight, and he is. Knotted at 40 with 4:59 to go. This is the way to start the season, my friends. Settlemire to Farrell. Will this be the kind of game that Cooper Farrell takes over? Zamuda guards him now.
Just 2 buckets in the second half for Cooper Farrell. 11 points in the first half, just 4 here in the second half.
Farrell. Rogers directs traffic. Collins to Farrell down low. The bucket and the bump.
And the foul. Good ball movement. Way to be patient. Not let the crowd affect you. Get it inside to your playmaker, Farrell, and he takes it to the hoop.
Collins has made a couple terrific passes tonight on the entries for Culver Academy.
Mason Bell's picking up his 3rd foul on the evening.
And now you've got Cooper Farrell at the line, 75% free throw shooter. School's all-time single scoring leader. He set that last season. And he rattles home his 18th point of the night. Eagles back up by 3. Crowd was starting to get back into it here in Middlebury. Ellenson underneath is fouled. Who will they call it on?
I think they're going to call that.
It's going to be on Miami, and I think this might be the right call. Watch the arm right there. Just got all kinds of arm.
I was looking at Farrell, and I thought it was all ball, but yep, they got it on the right person.
So Alex Ellenson, only a 40% foul shooter. 0 for 1 so far tonight, but he buries that one.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies brand is globally known as the knowledge source for metal finishing. Like the teams in this game, Imagineering is always working toward a great finish. IFT is a proud supporter of all student athletes.
Ellenson goes 1 for 2 on the trip to the line. 2-point Eagles lead. Settlemire dribbles into a trap, but got it to Farrell. And Farrell zipped it to Miami, who had the shot blocked. It looked like it was coming off the glass. No call, and a foul called underneath on Northridge.
They call a foul or they call a jump? We'll take the outcry on the foul. That's going to be on Mason Bales, his 3rd, or 4th foul on Mason.
Now the problem for Fola Miami is he is only a 20% free throw shooter. Long jumper on the track team at Culver. And he misses the first. Bales will check out. Gideon Campbell comes back in for Northridge. Miami trying to make it a 3-point lead. He does with his 7th point of the night.
That will raise his free throw percentage average.
When you're only hitting 20%, anytime you make it, it's going up. Campbell trying to work on Collins. Radiker guarded by Settlemire. Ooh, Settlemire looked like he got a piece of Radiker that time. No call. Both teams, by the way, with 5 team fouls, so we're not even in the bonus yet for either side. Down low, it's Ellenson, and he charges against Miami.
Great play by Miami. Just, as soon as that ball touched him and he made one little move, not even sure if there was a lot of contact. I mean, that's one of those, but just a great job of playing it up.
He did what you're taught to do.
Yes, oh, exactly, exactly.
Here's Collins racing into the front court. Now we'll see who can play with the most poise here in the last 3 minutes of the game. Culver Academy got hurried up by La Lemire a little bit in the waning minutes the other night. Nearly sent that one away. And Collins travels here.
Looked like he did the pump fake there and just kind of drug that foot just a little bit. Wouldn't it be great to work for a company where their employees are the most valuable asset? Well, now's your chance because RushCore is hiring. They have production positions available in a team-driven environment. Excellent benefits that include medical, dental, and a 401k. To learn more about joining the RushCore family and their $1,000 sign-on bonus, visit rushcore.com.
Radiker ties it up. And a timeout call. We'll take it as well. 2:35 to go in regulation. Cam Radiker and Northridge tied with number 9 Culver Academy at 44 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV 46 for over 30 years. The Madhouse in Middlebury really starting to rock now. This Northridge team trying to pull off a top 10 upset. Tied with Culver Academy by the count of 44 all. But one of the things you know about a Scott Radiker team, no matter what they're playing like this time of year, they're going to get better. Northridge is 54-13 after January 1 since Scott Radiker's been here. They're just 19-17 in November and December. Part of the reason for that record is the caliber of non-conference schedule they play, ergo Culver Academy.
Well, it usually takes them a couple months to figure out what they want for Christmas. And so it usually gets them something good for Christmas, and then they're happy after the new year.
Get to know the players a little bit.
Yep, exactly. Get to know them a little bit.
44 all, 2:35 to go, fourth quarter. Mark Galloway has a phrase that he had his team repeat multiple times at practice Wednesday. Concentration equals toughness. And they are looking to have some toughness here. A timeout called by Culver Academy. It's sponsored by Tetchmeyer Ace Hardware. We'll keep it right here.
Unfortunately for Yeme, they called the timeout because he was in a little trouble. That was Collins up top, but they had Farrell open underneath for the bucket as soon as Coach Galloway called that timeout.
You take a look at some of those big bodies on that Culver Academy bench, and it makes me remind you, we have Big Ten football on the radio Saturday night. The conference championship game. Can the Purdue Boilermakers upset number 2 Michigan and go to the Rose Bowl? Or are the Wolverines a team of destiny? We'll find out. Tim Newton, Pete Quinn have the call on Pulse FM Saturday night with kickoff at 8 p.m.
That Culver Academy timeout sponsored by Techmeyer Ace Hardware. They're a proud supporter of their Culver Academy basketball team. On Indiana Street on Indiana State Road 10 in Culver.
We saw Mark Galloway's mentor in the house tonight, Mike Lightfoot. Congratulations to him on his election to the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Longtime Bethel University coach. And, of course, we'll have Bethel University basketball Saturday night on TV 46. Craig will join me courtside as the Pilots take on a Taylor team that upset Huntington on Wednesday night. Should be a fun one at the Y Camp Center. We'll air it at 9 p.m. Saturday night on your home of the Pilots, TV 46. Culver Academy to inbound with 2:22 to go in regulation. You see the timeouts left on the Intera Credit Union scoreboard. Northridge fans making some noise, and a whistle and a call underneath. It's an offensive foul on Thomas Collins. His third, and Northridge with a chance to take the lead. Zamuda finds Ellenson. Radiker waits patiently for the play to evolve. Running a little wheel play, trying to get somebody loose down the paint.
A lot of movement in this offense, trying to get somebody out of position is what they're trying to do. Move the ball around, try to find that opening where somebody just fails to follow their defender or offensive player.
But the ball is lost. Fiemme has it and lays it in for two. What a big bucket for Fola Fiemme. He now has 9, and the Eagles back up by 2.
Crucial time to not have great ball handling skills right there. Just needed to control that ball better.
Mason Bales. Now Alex Ellenson. Backdoor Zamuda. Lost the handle again, but Nolan Bales bails him out. Under a minute to go. Northridge down 2. Zamuda got the step on Farrell. Wouldn't take the shot. Instead, Bales buries the 3 for the lead. Northridge with its first lead of the second half, but Luke Vincent blocked from behind by Radiker.
Very surprising that last series. There you can see the city's replay blocked by Radiker. And a timeout sponsored by Dickmeyer Ace Hardware.
I want to go downstairs to Craig Heatherly. It is loud in the Middlebury Madhouse. Were you a little surprised Zamuda didn't take what appeared to be a layup underneath and kicked it outside, Craig?
As we talk about, let's turn good shots into great shots there, Chuck. That was a great shot. But yeah, I was very surprised. He had a wide open layup, but he's a team player. He kicked it out to the hot hand.
So what does Mark Galloway design here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to try and attack the basket, get to the free throw line. He's clearly going to play through Farrell. You know, I'm curious to see what Coach Radiker does here defensively. After timeouts, he's really changed things up, and it's created disruption on defense against CLA, and it's really paid off.
But, Bo, you got to get the ball to 22, don't you?
Yeah, you got to get it to Farrell, but I think you feed off of Collins. I think that's the biggest thing. And Farrell needs to understand, and I know he does, is that Northridge is probably going to double him as soon as he gets that. So he's got to find that open man, and his teammates need to be cut to the basket when that happens.
It's a little bit noisy in Middlebury right now. Settlemeyer to inbound. Here's Collins for 3. Catch and release, it wouldn't go. And an over-the-back foul on Fiemme.
Fiamme's 4th, team 7th. Very surprising that Collins took that 3 that quick off the inbound pass.
Shooters shoot, and he had been hot coming into this one. Now you've got Ellenson at the line. Remember, we've said it before, 40% free throw shooter. He is 1 of 3 at the stripe tonight. Couldn't get it to go. Here's Farrell with the ball. You see the clock, right-hand corner of the Intera Credit Union scoreboard. Collins with the basketball now. Everybody on their feet. Farrell got the move into the lane. Blocking foul called on Northridge.
Wow, they closed that lane down. They had 4 guys, you can see here in the city's replay as he drives. 4 guys around him close And that's when I'm talking about you have to have your teammates shoot to the basket, shoot down the lane. When he does that, don't just stand there as he's going to the hoop.
Farrell, a 75% foul shooter, but he is only 1 for 3 at the stripe tonight. Shooting into the Northridge band, and he missed. And they didn't say it was a 2-shot foul. They called it a 1-and-1. And a blocking foul called on Fiemme.
That's Fiamme's 5th foul. And Puma's still been on the bench. He's got 4. Going to have to bring him back.
Or you could bring in Jack Rogers.
Yep, Rogers back in. Christensen hasn't played since he hit that big 3 in the first half.
So Fiemme with the 5th foul, and Mark Galloway will take his time here as he has a conversation with Nick Mark. And he has decided to go with Christensen. So Mason Bales at the line. He has 12 points tonight, 50% free throw shooter on the year. It's the first.
Big free throw right there to give him 2-point lead. Brother hit the big 3-pointer to
Northridge will take a
lead.
timeout now.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting here what they do if they make this shot or not. And on CMA, if they take it to the hoop with only 14 seconds.
Well, and of course, the big debate is if he hits the shot, do you foul in such a way where they can't take the three-point?
Take the three-point shot as well. And a lot of times what you're going to do is you're going to pressure them, try to get some time off, and then maybe foul them at the half-court point so you get some time off.
Reminder, college basketball on 103.1 FM this weekend. Saturday at 4, it's Indiana going into Rutgers. Can the Hoosiers regroup after that emotional win over Carolina on Wednesday night? And then Purdue returns to Mackey Arena undefeated, and the Golden Gophers of Minnesota come a-calling Sunday afternoon at 5. Your home for Big Ten basketball in Michiana is 103.1 FM. So Culver Academy finally breaks from the huddle. Farrell, Collins, Christensen, Vincent, and Settlemeyer on the floor for the Eagles. Mason Bales, the big man on the floor right here, looking for his 14th point of the night to give Northridge a 3-point lead. Nestled it in. Now let's see if Northridge will foul before Culver Academy can get off a 3. Collins is blocked by Nolan Bales, and Thomas Collins will go to the line for a 1-and-1. But remember, free throw shooting has been the bane of Culver Academy's existence pretty much all season long.
Yeah, we talked about that for the game as well. I mean, just shooting below 53% for the season. I mean, you just need to come into these games and you need to work on that. Collins, on the other hand, coming into the night was 5 of 5 on his free throws.
You said it, I didn't. Collins family watching this one up in Michigan just writhing right now. You said that. But that wasn't going to stop him.
Nope. Collins, ice cold veins there, knocks it down, get him within 2.
Averaging 14.5 points per game. He has just 9 tonight. And of course, Culver Academy will need to foul immediately or try to steal the inbounds. He hit them both. It's a 1-point game, and now Northridge wants to talk things over. Scott Radiker will set up his inbounds play. Craig Heatherly, let me kick it right back down to you. You've been through these situations before as a player and as a coach. For Scott Radiker right now, what are the keys that he's talking to his team about in the sideline huddle?
Yeah, I mean, one, the ball just went through the net, so we can run the baseline. You know, we're talking about how many timeouts we have left. We're talking about not catching the basketball inbounds close to that baseline down there. You want to catch it as far to half court as possible to give yourself some room to operate. So you're talking through those things, those scenarios. Most importantly, you're talking about ball security.
And are you also talking about who to get the ball to and who not to get the ball to?
Basically, it'd be rather who not to get the ball to. You always talk about that as well.
Yeah, usually they stand down here. Down by us, Chuck.
So 10.5 seconds left in regulation. You see Mark Galloway drawing up his defense there on the Culver sidelines, trying to keep his team encouraged. Northridge has 1 timeout remaining, and that is something one of the assistant coaches is telling every player as they come out of the huddle. Radiker will be the man that triggers the inbounds pass. He's a baseball player. He's got a good arm. They want to go deep. Radiker did run the baseline. Ball knocked away. Collins knocked it out of bounds. He thought it might have gone off of Mason Bales.
Now he has to stand still, and he can't run the baseline, though.
Cam Radiker gets it into Nolan Bales, and Darius Holland fouls Nolan Bales right away, but that's the best free throw shooter on this Northridge team.
Yeah, Bales shooting over 83% coming into the night. Nolan Bales, that is, the senior leader on this team.
The good news for Culver Academy is no matter what happens in this trip to the line, it's a 1-possession game. The bad news is if he hits them both, they have to get in position to take a 3-point shot before Northridge can foul. But that's a big if. Nolan with 15 tonight. He now has 16, matching his career high, which he set at Whitco last year. One more might not only give him a new career high, it might give him an upset of a top 10 team.
Nolan with the big 3 tonight as well, late here in the 4th quarter.
Missed it. Here's Farrell with a chance to tie or win. Farrell calls timeout with 3 seconds left. And it's sponsored by Tetchmeyer Ace Hardware. Oh, if every game we do this season lives up to this one, we'll be just fine. I think we said that after game 1 last year when a guy won it on a half-court shot.
On a half-court shot, yes. It turned out to be a decent season as well. A lot of good games. A lot of close games.
Should be a great year in the area this year. Penn, of course, ranked number 3 in the IBCA poll. Northwood ranked number 1 Class 3A. Marion ranked number 2 in Class 3A. Then you've got teams down in 1A like Triton and Bethany, who we'll see on December 13th. So it should be another great year of basketball in Michiana.
Very spread out schedule, cover a lot of schools, a lot of counties, and a lot of classes as well in basketball. And get across the northern Indiana area and really cover some great teams this year.
Here, 50-48, Northridge on top of Culver Academy with 3 seconds left in regulation. And as we said a while ago, you got to figure the ball's going to get into the hands of either 11 or 22 here off the inbound. Craig, real quick, 5'8" guy triggering the inbound pass. Do you put somebody big in front of him?
I'm putting Ellison on the ball regardless of who's taking it out.
They're not. They're going to put Dylan Springer in there doing jumping jacks. Here's Farrell over Ellenson. Rims out, Northridge wins. The Northridge Raiders knock off a top 10 team here in the state of Indiana, defeating Culver Academy 50-48. Scott Radiker now 56-4 when he holds teams to 55 or less. It was a great look by Farrell, and it had all the iron, but just wouldn't drop.
Fantastic look.
Lots to talk about on our St. Joe County Police Department post-game show, and we'll do it after this on 46. Grab him.
What's that, Chuck?
Let him go to his huddle then.
It's great.
All right, I'm right here with the player of the game, Nolan. Nolan, what a crowd, what an environment, 2 undefeated teams. What was it like playing in that game?
I mean, it's always great at the Madhouse. It's what we do in Middlebury here. We have great crowds. Coach Radiger, all the coaches preached it all week. Nobody believed in us. Number 9 team in 3A coming in here. It's like, we're not supposed to do that. But we did. Great game.
It was back and forth the entire game.
Yeah.
It was within probably 6 points the entire game. What was the deciding factor? How'd you guys pull away?
It's the defense. It started on the defensive end. I think we had like 5 charges. I mean, Cam and Mason, they did a great job drawing them, and we hit shots. That was the best we shot this season, so that definitely helped.
Yeah, you guys have a young team, but you guys didn't play like it tonight. What does it mean for you guys to pull together like this? What can it do to your season?
I mean, it's only going to go up from here. We got Valpo tomorrow, very tough team. I mean, we're just going to keep playing as hard as we can, see what happens.
That's awesome. Go enjoy it in the locker room. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you, Chuck.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week, brought to you by
This place is still buzzing in Middlebury, and why not? The hometown fans got to see their team knock off one of the top 10 teams in Class 3A as Northridge prevails over Culver Academy tonight, 50-48. Welcome inside the Martin Supermarket broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hunt high above the fray. What a honey of a game to start the season with.
Yeah, I know. Coming in tonight, we knew there was maybe some questions with Northridge, but Coach Radiker really talked before the game how confident he was in this group and how he believed that they could have a lot of success. Well, seeing them tonight, they're a pretty dang good team.
It's a young team, but it has some terrific senior leadership. We saw the improvement of Alex Ellenson, but the guy that stepped up down the stretch for them, the captain, he's standing by now with our own Craig Heatherly.
All right, I'm right here with the player of the game, Nolan. Nolan, what a crowd, what an environment, 2 undefeated teams. What was it like playing in that game?
I mean, it's always great at the Madhouse. It's what we do in Middlebury here. We have great crowds. Coach Radiger, all the coaches preached it all week. Nobody believed in us. Number 9 team in 3A coming in here. It's like, we're not supposed to do that. But we did. Great game.
It was back and forth the entire game. It was within probably 6 points the entire game. What was the deciding factor? How'd you guys pull away?
It's the defense. It started on the defensive end. I think we had like 5 charges. I mean, Cam and Mason, they did a great job drawing them. And we hit shots. That was the best we saw this season, so that definitely helped.
Yeah, you guys have a young team, but you guys didn't play like it tonight. What does it mean for you guys to pull together like this? What can it do to your season?
I mean, it's only going to go up from here. We got Valpo tomorrow, very tough team. I mean, we're just going to keep playing as hard as we can, see what happens.
That's awesome. Go enjoy it in the locker room. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you, Chuck.
Yeah, not an easy weekend at all for the Northridge Raiders, having to get on the bus and go to Valparaiso, face Mason Jones tomorrow night. By the way, Culver Academy will be at home Saturday night in Fleet Gymnasium, taking on the Generals of Fort Wayne. A lot of electrifying plays in this game tonight, especially down the stretch. But, Bo, you pointed out the one that really made the difference was the 3 in the corner by Bales.
Yeah, I mean, there were some different plays, of course, the dunk by Ellison, but the 3 by Bales, I think this was the one that really set the tone late there in the fourth quarter and got them to where they needed to come up victorious in this game. And it really sparked the team and gave them the confidence being down at the time that they could win this game.
And give his fellow senior Noah Zamuda credit for a great pass, because everybody thought Zamuda was going to lay it up, contested. Instead, he kicks it out to the corner, and Northridge grabbed the lead. So that's going to do it for our coverage from Middlebury tonight. Our thanks to our TV 46 crew for bringing you this one, led by our production manager, Dean Korsmo, and our usual crew of passionate fellas that bring you high school action each and every Friday. A reminder, big day of college sports Saturday on 103.1 FM as we bring you Indiana and Rutgers at 4, followed by the Big Ten football championship game between Purdue and Michigan at 8. And on TV 46 Saturday night, Bethel Pilots basketball as the Pilots take on the Taylor Trojans. We'll air it at 9 p.m. Now from our broadcast partners, the Hall of Famer Bo Hunt and Craig Heatherly, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final score, Northridge knocks off number 9 Culver Academy 50-48. So long from the Madhouse in Middlebury.